Hi, my name is Martyn. This video today is going to be about how I prepare and tie my solid bags. So first up, quickly, I just wanted to show my typical sort of solid bag rig, just so you have an idea about what's actually going inside the bag. So normally I'd be using a stem, either with a short piece of lead core. On most occasions it'll be tubing down to an inline lead, and then you've got a short supple braid section with no coating on it, around anything between 3 to 4 inches long. That's finished off with a wide gape hook, and then my ever faithful 10mm bait tech wafters. Now the material that I'm using for the actual supple braided hook length material itself is the sort of dedicated Supernova in £15. Comes in a weed and a dark, covers all scenarios, and that's my go-to sort of hook length material of choice. So let's now move on to the actual solid bag contents and how I go about preparing and tying. So first up, you want to get one of your solid bags out of the packet. I opt for the snack packs because they're small. They allow me to punch jump distances if I want to, and I just find that they're that perfect mouthful of bait in one bag. Now there are 5 sizes, anything from these snack packs right up to a rocket size. So depending on distances, whether you're bait boating or boating out, there's a bag that will suit all scenarios. One of the bags, give it a little blow, just opens it up to allow ease of dropping your rig into the bag itself. Now I'm going to try and do this whilst on camera to allow you to be able to see what I actually do. So what I'm doing is just move my hand out of the way, dropping the rig inside. I like to basically have the hook bait tucked right into the corner as such, and then the shank of the hook running along down the bottom of the bag. This is how I like to sort of have my hook presentation sort of like lying inside the bag for when I'm just basically filling it with pellet and stuff like that. I'm always wary of just making sure none of the excess sort of braided material also sort of droops down and loops itself over the hook point. So that's the first step. Get your hook bait in place within the bag. It's time to fill it up. Now I use anything from sort of like a micro to a 2mm pellet up to a 4mm pellet, nothing bigger than that. It allows you to compact the bag down, get it nice and tight for the finished product. So I usually use a little scoop because it's easier to get it inside the bag, and basically just as such pour it inside the bag. What I usually do is just get a little bit in there in the bottom first, just give it a little tap, so it's just filling the corners and filling around that hook and that wafter hook bait. What I do then is just continue to basically keep filling the bag until it's sort of say two-thirds full. So just get that in there, nearly there. So a few more scoops, and as I said, two-thirds of the bag is full. Then what I'm doing is basically just patting the bottom of the bag onto my palm, and that is basically moving all the pellets, the little bits of ground bait and powder inside the bag, and basically just compacting it down onto itself. I usually find that just dropping the lead on top of the pellets, patting it down as well, allows that bottom half to become really compact. What I do then, once the sort of lead's worked itself inside the pellets of the bag, I just get one final little scoop of pellets just to finish it off, and I like to leave about a centimetre along the top, just to allow for either a licking stick or for a tying off with PVA tape. So final little compacting down, give it a good bash, and you'll find that basically it still starts to give you even a little bit more PVA at the top, where the pellets are all starting to work themselves into each other. Now just for this video, I'm not going to overfill it as such, a little bit more of a tap. You can leave anything from that, like I say, up to about a centimetre at the top. Like I say, for the ease of this video, I'm just going to keep it like that. Lick your fingers, and basically grab the top, twist it round. Literally as easy as that. I usually go around sort of about 10 times, squeezing down with your fingers. Basically the saliva from your fingers is just going to make that PVA sticky and tacky and stick itself around the stem. Now sometimes I like to tie them off, depending on sort of like how quickly I want to get the bags out really. If I'm making them in advance, I like to just tie them down, just because you can get the PVA tape really tight. But that is so far what you are trying to achieve. Rock solid, literally real hard. Still a little bit of give down in these corners, so what we'll do, tap the corners in with your finger. It's not going to move the bait or anything like that. That's all stuck down with the pellets and whatnot that's already in the bag. Lick the corner, fold it back on itself. Do the same for the other side. Tap it in, lick and stick. One last tip I'll share with you before casting out your solid bags. I like to keep a little tub of oil in there. That's sort of a hot chili oil mixed with a krill stick mix liquid, so really pungent, really smelly, and awesome for drawing fish down to your bag. So how do I get that inside the bag? Get yourself an oral syringe from any sort of pharmacy, £1, absolute most. What you're going to do, take the lid off, draw the liquid out of the pot into the syringe. Just before casting out, take your solid bag, stab the syringe into the bag and squeeze that liquid into the bag itself. It's PVA friendly, the stick mix liquid and the oil, so obviously you're going to have enough time to be able to get to your casting position and stick that out. With the ground bait and the pellets inside the mix, that oil is going to stick to the content of the bag, and that's going to leak off attraction into the surface layers, drawing any fish down to your immediate solid bag area. Get out there, give it a go.